it all started with me waking up on Sunday morning, putting the phone on, and getting the news that the collective bargaining agreement had passed by a slim margin. What, about 60 votes, right?
60 votes.
And the thing that really surprised me when I saw that was how half the league is literally not happy. Half the players are not happy about this. And just a little more than half the league is happy about it. Interestingly enough, it's so close, or not close enough in the minds of some people, that it's almost like the revenue split, like 48.8 to 51.2, you know? And if I'm a player who didn't want this thing to pass, and it did, I'm particularly pissed at the 500 players who did not vote at all, who were not even bothered, to say yay or nay when it's electronic. It's right in the palm of your hand. It's and I'm wondering how many of the players who did not even vote on it were voting on like Twitter polls instead. I mean, it's that simple from what I was told.
Or out on vacation, what? Who knows?
I couldn't believe that.
20% of the players couldn't bother to vote on their next 10 years.
Right. And so what this means is there's labor peace to 2030. What this means is the NFL will now go to television partners, although right now coronavirus and a pandemic happening, I don't know how that might affect things. Still, I'm assuming the NFL will be like, look, at some point there's going to be a vaccine to this, and we'll all be back to business. And when that happens, there's a 17th game, and there's 2 extra playoff teams. 17th game won't happen until it gets triggered by a new television deal, best I can tell. And, however, the 7th playoff teams are coming. I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it. And I'm a traditionalist, and I know that for my business, when I'm talking about this stuff on this show, wherever that may be when that happens, and this show or NFL Network on game day morning when there's 2 extra playoff games, maybe one on a Monday night, although I don't know how, I'm hearing that extra playoff game, the 6, because there will be 6 wild card games now instead of 4, right, that the 5th or the 6th playoff game will mean a Monday nighter. I don't know how you do that and then have somebody come back and play their next playoff game on a Sunday. I mean,
right,
that's a short week. How do you do that?
Yeah, but even with expansion, Rich, we know that the early window on Saturday will be the
Houston Texans versus whomever.
Yeah.
Right. And but that means I'm thinking there's either going to be a early Sunday window game at 1 o'clock as opposed to 4, or
are we going to get 3 Saturday games?
You have to. 3 Saturday games, and either 3 Sunday games or 2 Sunday games and a Monday. You have to. We're
2 Sunday games and a Monday sound pretty good, right?
I know, but if you're that Monday and you got to come back around and play that next Sunday against the team that's coming off a bye?
Yeah.
What? So somebody hasn't played a week before and you play a short game? Or you're playing against somebody you're playing against somebody that just played on a Saturday who got an extra day of rest? And then, you know, I mean,
I say 3 Sundays.
I guess, though, there's got to be some teams that play a Sunday and then a Saturday game.
That's true.
From wild card to divisional. That's got to happen in the past.
It's happened. You play Sunday, you play Saturday.
But again, last year is a perfect example. Sometimes the 7 seeds don't deserve to make it. You don't want to see them either.
The Steelers shouldn't have made the playoffs last year.
Duck Hodges,
let's be honest,
would have made it.
They would have lost by 50 to the Chiefs.
Exactly. Whereas Rams at Packers, now you're talking. All right, now you're going to go register. Right. And some years you're going to get 2 types of Packers games, and some years you're going to get 2 types of Duck Hodges versus the Chiefs. And would the Chiefs have won the Super Bowl this year if they had to play an extra game? Man, that bye week will be so much more important, but I just don't know if you want to see, certainly when there's a 17th game, 7 and 9, 7 and 9 teams battling it out for the right to be 8 and 9 and be the 7th seed, right? Or that 6 and 9 team after week 16, because you got your bye week stuff to put in there. That 6 and 9 team battling it out with that plucky 5 and 10 team that's still alive for that 7th and final playoff spot, right? I mean,
Right. No, right.
and what would that mean for trade deadlines? Again, that's for stuff down